G'day guys, JT here. Welcome to the channel JT's Funko Finds. So guys, on today's episode, I'm going to take you through what I sold in the month of May, in terms of reselling from everything I've picked up at op shops. I guess a little bit about me, if you don't know, pretty much I am a stay-at-home mum. I have been for nearly the past 2 years. Previous to that, I do actually run a distribution business. I have for the last 7 years. But I have always dabbled in sales. So whether it be running a shoe store, a sports store like Rebel Sport that we have in Australia, or what else? I was in real estate for 5 years, selling properties. Was part of the top 4 team here in WA, doing a lot of sales, but doing a lot of hours. So sales has always run through the blood. But I'm loving this kind of thing. This is where I get to go out, find some cool things at op shops, bring them back and relist them and pretty much see how we go. So I've only done this very casually, but this month is where I've actually started to make note of things I've picked up along the way, to show as well, how far I've gone, where I can get with, and see if I can turn this more part-time as well as like a side venture. But at the moment, it's very casual. And it's probably my first month of proper record keeping, and obviously taking you out on the road as well with me. But yeah, guys, let's delve into it. Let's see how we went for the month of May. We're outside today. It's a beautiful day. Bub's asleep inside, so hopefully we can crack through this before she wakes up. So let's get into it. Now, for the month of May, I'm going to be looking at my laptop because that's where obviously all my information is. And now I've sold 23 items. I've picked up 74 items in the month of May. I have only sold 23 items, which is still pretty good. There's still a lot of things that I haven't, a couple of things I haven't actually listed yet, because yesterday I picked up a few things, but I haven't been able to advertise just yet. But so we've got 23 items up that have sold. Sorry, guys. We have made a revenue, so that is what everything has come in from every sale, is $1,062.61. So I'm pretty stoked about that. Profit-wise, this is what actually goes into my back pocket after I take out the cost of the item, the postage, and the fees from those 23 items that have sold, and that is $689.17. So that is pretty awesome. I've made a margin of 64% from what I have purchased to figures to sales. And for on average days that they have taken to sell, it's 7.77%. So 7.77 days. So roughly 8 days on average is how long it takes for me to sell an item on either Facebook or eBay. Now, with my sales, guys, I always love to dabble in Facebook first before I go over to eBay. That's purely so I don't have to worry about fees that eBay take out of you, because that's already dipping into your profits. I love the aspect of you don't have to, meet up. You can literally package it up and send it off in the post. That's the part of eBay I love. But Facebook, I always like to dabble on that first, because being a stay-at-home mum, I tend to be at home a little bit more, so I can give that opportunity for people to come and collect at various times throughout the day. But guys, let's dip into it. Top 10 items that I have sold in the month of May. I'm not going to go through all 23. You'd be here forever, but I'll go through the top 10, and then I'm going to go through 4 items that I probably won't dabble in again, or maybe just do it a little bit differently. So number 1, I've got this Formula 1 bear, and I'm going to pop everything up here on the screen for you guys to see. Formula 1 bear I picked up, and picked this up at the op shop for $5. It lasted 4 days on Facebook Marketplace. A gentleman came and picked it up as his daughter was a collector. Now I listed it for $40, and he negotiated it to $30. And I guess, as I started off, I didn't want to have it sitting around for too long, because I knew I was going to keep going out shopping, picking up more stuff. So I like to try and burn through it quickly, turn and burn. I guess I'm not one of those people, and I could be mistaken down the track where I try and have thousands of listings active on eBay. I guess that could be an algorithm thing. I don't know, but at this stage, to me, it's just about quick cash, turn and burn. I guess I don't know how you put it, but something like that. So $25 profit on that one. Next up, guys, is this Harry Potter book bundle. Now, originally I was selling this one lady a Harry Potter book, Half-Blood Prince. I picked up, you saw it in the thrift It was a first edition, 99, had an error on page 99. I paid $3 for it, and I had a lady reach out to me, and I actually happened to pick up the Order of the Phoenix book the day before. So I said to her, would you actually be interested in both? I've got both available. Is this something that you're keen on? She said yes. So from a $20 potential sale is what I was selling the book for, so a $17 profit, it ended up being a $40 sale because, I pretty much reached out to her and said, I've got this available, would you like it? That other book I picked up because I did a big bulk pickup only cost me 57 cents. So I've spent $3.57 on both items, and I ended up selling them for $40, which on the first book I made $17 profit, and on the next book I made $19. So like $19.50 roughly. So pretty stoked on that. Goes to show, if you're selling one item and you've got something very similar, ask them. The worst case scenario, you're going to get a no. Best case scenario, you're going to literally double your money, deal with one person only, and you're going to make a quick sale, an easy sale, should I say. Next up was this ScoobyDoo book bundle. You might notice I might start delving into books a bit more. I'm finding that youth category, doing well, I've noticed this month. But I guess it's only because I've started dabbling in it. This book bundle I picked up, and it was a big part of that 57 cents per book bundle. So for the total of the 20 books was $13. I listed this one a little bit higher because I saw a lot of comps on eBay for $60. So I listed it at $60 with postage included. I ended up selling this one on Facebook because then if I took it on Facebook, I didn't have to pay the eBay fees. So it ended up being $13 cost price. I posted it for $8.13, which was awesome because it was 20 books, which means that the postage was going to cost me a little bit more. But with my business plan with OzPost, it came down to $8.13. So I ended up selling it to this lady for $45 in the end. So I took a little bit of I took less because I didn't have to deal with eBay's costs. So I made a profit of $23.87. So I was pretty stoked with that. Next up, guys, is these Nike shoes with Vomeros. Now, I picked these up for free. A lady was selling them on Facebook Marketplace for free. Pick them up. First person picks them up, they're yours. I'll tell you where I live, pretty much. Picked them up, took 2 days to sell. But what I did is I always like to do Facebook first. If no bites, I'll go over to eBay. This time around, I did eBay first. Took a few days because I didn't want to be that person who picked something up for free and then literally turned around and gone and chucked it straight up an hour later back up onto Facebook for 40 odd bucks. So I waited a bit, then turned over to Facebook, and Facebook I got a sale within 2 days. Gentleman reached out to me, asked me if he'd come pick it up that night actually, and would I take $30? I said, yep, of course I would, because that's 100% profit. Didn't have to outlay anything. I was already going through that area because me and Brent were going to the swap meets that morning. So I picked it up from the lady underneath her car. The shoes were at 6 a.m. in the morning on my way to the swap meets to buy other stuff. So win-win. Always look out for free stuff, obviously in good quality though, because then you might get that quick flip. So I made a $30 profit. 100% margin. Can't go wrong. Next up, guys, was this Brooklyn Irving jersey in an extra large size. Now, guys, this one, I'm kind of kicked myself a little bit, and I was pretty stoked. Mr. Matt Diedrich over at the Aussie Flipper featured this one on his Sunday Show channel. So thank you for that one. So this one only lasted about 2 minutes on my Facebook. Put it up for $50. Paid $10 for it. Put it up for $50. And the gentleman literally snapped it up and said he'd pay the full postage of $10. So $60 sale. Luckily for me, he lived in Perth, and obviously the weight of the jersey wasn't that large. So the postage only costed me $5.75. So I snapped a few bucks back from the postage, and ended up making a nice $40 profit. So was it $45 profit on that? So I was pretty stoked with that. I was kicking myself maybe because I listed it too low, but I think my thought process was, have I got a fake here? I didn't want to list it too high just in case it was, but so I took that gamble. And clothing, to me, I'm a bit edgy at the moment, still learning my ropes, but I know my sports, teams. I know my players. So I'm always going to keep my lookout for that kind of stuff. And by saying that, let's go on to the next category, and that is the Lebron James shoes that I picked up at the op shop on grand opening day. And that was, the grand opening day that we had around the corner from mine. It lasted 3 days on Facebook, had it on Facebook and eBay, had a lot of people offer much lower, and I was a bit hesitant. The problem for me though was, after I filmed what I had got that week, I actually realised that the insoles weren't in the shoe, and that makes up a big portion of the actual sneaker in itself. But I took that, there was comps going for over $150 on eBay, so I went a bit lower. I went 110 plus postage. I got quite a few nibbles, but more at that $50-$60 mark. I was hanging out. I wasn't going to take them because I did pay $25 for them. So I wanted to make it a little bit more in profit. And I had a guy reach out to me, say, hey, I'm coming past you way this Arvo. Would you take $90 for them because you don't have the insoles or the box? I said, yes. For a $65 profit, guys, I'm not going to say no on something like that. So I was pretty stoked to pick that up and pretty much flip that within 2 to 3 days. Very, very happy. Next up, guys, is this... sorry. Sorry about that. Next up, guys, is the Lifelike Racing Circuit. So I picked this one up. It was at the till as I was about to walk out. $10 they were asking for it. Obviously, I took the gamble on if it worked or not. Now, Dick Johnson is a big, racing personality here in Australia. And so I took that gamble, even knowing that the slot cars in itself might be worth some money. Now, I didn't look at this until I got home, looked it up. The set, if it was in working order, was going anywhere north of $150. So I was like, ooh, could be onto something right here. But even the cars or the parts in itself can actually go for some very good money. Now, this was from 1997. So I put this up. So what happened, got home, and I that night I actually got it out, tested it to see if it did work. But sadly for me, I could not get the mechanisms to work on the cars. I don't know if it was the motor sparks in itself that I couldn't get. It was sparking, but it wouldn't turn. So I don't know if it was that wasn't working on the track, or if it was actually the slot guns. So I went a bit lower in terms of price. I put this at $80 because I thought, you know what, $70 profit is very good. So I put this on Facebook and eBay. No, I didn't do eBay, sorry. I didn't do eBay because I did not want to try and work out postage. So I put this up on Facebook. I had a gentleman that reached out to me and said, would you do $70 with postage? Very hesitant. Like I said, I didn't want to do postage. He said, well, would you do $50 on just the car and on the machine, because it's not in working order and I'm more of an inbox collector. So that part doesn't bother me. I like the box design and everything like that. So would you do $50 on that and do $20 for the postage? So the $70 sale. I thought, you know what? It's very big. I don't want this lurking around my house. I don't know how long this will sit for, and I don't want it sitting for long, around. So, yep, let's do it. Let's go for it. Let's take your offer. So we took it to the post office, and it worked out that postage was going to cost me $36. I had a bit of a freak out, thinking, oh, I did not expect that. So reached out to the guy, told him the postage cost me a bit more than planned. He was very lovely, and he sent me an extra $20 to cover that extra bit of postage. So all up, guys, the sale price of this with postage was $90, but I ended up making a profit of $49.14 once you take out the cost price and then the postage. Very, very happy and very thankful that this gentleman was very happy to pay that extra bit of postage. So was very happy there. Next up, guys, Risk Star Wars. Now, this Risk Star Wars was really cool, part of that grand opening day as well. The box was a bit beat up, but everything inside was still sealed. So I took that gamble. The shop was so crammed, you had no time to look around. So, think about. So I chucked it in the pram because I took Little Miss with me on that day. You may have seen from that video. Paid $10 for this board game. ended up listing it for $40. It pretty much went up on eBay and Facebook. Sold it on Facebook, which was great. Sat there for 3 days. Postage cost $15.56. So all up, the sale price was $55. Take out the costs involved. The profit on that was $29.44. Very, very happy on that one. Last up of my happy, these are awesome sales. I'm very happy with how I've done. Was this Pinelli Flintstones tumbler glass. Now these were in Italy, I believe, from my comps that I did on eBay. Now I never showed to you guys this one. This was a tip shop pickup that I did, just a random trip to the tip, and it lasted a day. It literally lasted 1 day on eBay. I listed it for $14.95 because I saw other glasses selling about that same price, plus postage on top. It lasted 1 day. Gentleman bought it straight away and paid, what did he pay? $9.15 in postage, but with my business plan, I got it down to $7.41. So the cost of the glass was only $1.30. My fees from eBay was a killer. That was $4.28. So all up, I sold everything with postage. It was $27.48. And my profit after all of that taken out was $14.49. So I was pretty stoked with that. Now quickly going through my flops, I guess you could say. Now we've got the Family Matters Season 1 and 2. I won't be picking that up again. I only made a $2.37 profit on this. Wasn't very happy. I covered postage as well. Don't know why postage cost me so much on the... I do, because it was a double... it had to go as a regular parcel, and I didn't allow for that, because in my mind I was thinking, the $4.90 of the medium tracked envelope. Didn't think too much, so I only made $2 on that. So I thought it was a pretty much a good option, but yeah, in my way it didn't work. So I probably won't be looking out for that again. Another sale, this is a clothesline G-Star jeans, size 26, so a smaller size. I probably won't be going for that size again. I just didn't have a lot of interest. But I had this one lady who reached out to me. It lasted 15 days, actually, on Facebook. And she asked for me to pick it up the next day. Nope, sorry. Pick it up the next day. No, sorry. It got so annoying. And I said to her, I'm going to relist this. And she already had my address. But lo and behold, she never replied back. She just rocked up to my door, knocked, and I'm like, hi, who are you? And she's like, I'm here to pick up your jeans, which was like 4 or 5 days later. Stupid me, just kept it up as sold pending pickup. But she rocks up. She negotiated it originally to $35, so I was like, yep, fine, no worries. And gets to the door, unexpected, and says, I thought you said 30. I was like, we agreed on 35, but I guess in that mindset, I had enough of her. I just wanted her gone. So I took the 30 and I just said, yep, cool, $25 profit. I will take that. Very happy with that. So 83% margin. I'm not going to kick myself there. I think it was more the problem of the person, not the product. But stupid me. I think some people need to be a little bit more considerate of, if you're just going to rock up to somebody's house at 6 p.m. at night, no thought to the matter. I did even tell her in a text, when you do get here, this was on the days she had actually planned to come, please text me prior to arriving if in case my little one's asleep, which when she rocked up, didn't even bother doing that, just knocked on the door like she owned the place. Anyway, next up, Hurley jumper. I picked this up for $8 at that grand opening day as well. Now this one had quite a few people reach out to me for. One person said, which I was happy to do, will you take? I had it for $30. Would you take 25 on it? I said, yep, done. Oh, hang on a minute. I actually live the suburb over from you. Would you mind dropping it off? Yes, okay, no worries. I'll drop it off for you. You pretty much. I got to go past your house anyway. Asked out for the address, wouldn't give it to me. So I'm like, well, how am I going to drop this thing off for you? No contact. We agreed on a price. Agreed to drop it off the following day after she finished work. Nothing back. I had another person reach out to me for it. I did say to that person too, yes, I've got this person inquiring, but they haven't reached out to me. It's yours there. I'm willing to move it on to the next person. They said, oh, yes, those people annoy me. Yep, happy to do that. I'll pick it up from you this hour at 4 p.m. Didn't show either. I'm like, what is going on with these people? You say you're going to be here. I've given you all my address and you don't show. That is the one thing that annoys me with Facebook Marketplace. But this third person that reached out to me, which was the same night, and I said, I've had this many people inquire. If you're legitimately going to pick it up, I will leave it for you and put it in your name. Lady said, yes, I'm definitely keen. I'll actually transfer you the money now, which she did, and I couldn't be here for the time she was going to come past, so I put it in the letterbox, and Bob's uncle, done deal. That is probably what annoyed me the most about the 2 clothing pieces, is the people on Facebook just irritated me. But guys, last one was this 50 Shades of Grey book bundle. Now, I put this up for $24.95 on eBay. It sold within a day. I picked this up for $3.90 for the 3 books. Now, for this one, I sold for $24.95, and I added postage as included. But silly me, didn't realise it was going to cost me a lot more in postage because of the weight of the actual 3 books combined. So in this one, all up, I still made a profit, but I made a profit of $4.41 because eBay took out $3.64. The postage cost me $13, and yeah, all up. So I think I will still sell 50 Shades, but I've learnt now that I've got to weigh these items so it doesn't kill me in the foot. But guys, thank you so much for watching this May edition. Sorry it was a long one. Hopefully you enjoyed it and you took something a little bit out of it. Hopefully June is going to be a good one now that I've got my little one in daycare for 2 or 3 days of the week. So I'll be able to I guess, assign myself to one day to just purely go sourcing and then also listing and taking you out on the road with me. So if you like this kind of content, make sure you hit that subscribe button, hit that like button. I do apologise if this has gone on for a little bit, but I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you enjoyed seeing how I went over this past month, because it was really cool. It was really cool to see me track it and just go, right, $1,000. That is really, really cool for something I've put barely much time into. The time I put into was either right now when little one's asleep. So, most of the other stuff are done when she's awake, so I clean up as she's awake, to make nearly $700 in profit in my back pocket for a month of doing barely not a lot and having an absolute blast doing it. So I'm pretty stoked with how this month's gone. But this is something you like, guys. Thank you so much for sticking around. I hope you enjoy it, and I can't wait to see you in the next one. See you guys. Bye.